Hey guys, so kind of we're going to look at this variation of the Messi feint. So what I want to focus on today was look at the three steps he does before the feint. So here you see he's kind of like pretty much in line with the ball, and he's kind of like leaning a little bit to the side over there because he's prepared to go to the side of the ball. So you see the first step, you see his right foot kind of goes out, kind of like turns in a little bit, and then that brings his left foot to just do a slight step, and then you see I mentioned that knee kind of like goes in here, but and then it turns out. So I noticed last time before I did, I turned my knee in there, but I didn't turn it out before I landed. It seems like he first turns it in, and then once he lands, it's straight, and then he hops. And what's more is like actually you see initially he's kind of like facing straight on, but as he comes in and then as he like almost turns in with like the knee, like see his body's facing to the side a little. His body stays to the side. Like before, I was trying to like kind of turn my hips this way, but yeah, he doesn't really do that. He just keeps his like body angled this way, and then I guess that feint is enough to fool the defender that he's going this way. So that's what I want to do is just focus on like the setup, three steps. So kind of like a bit of a wider stance with the first step, then the left foot, and before turning the knee inside, then outside before you're landing, and then a skip with the hips pointed still relatively to the side rather than the opposite way. And then I mentioned before he does turn onto the ball, but since he's already turned this way, he doesn't have to turn too much. So here's my attempt. So like Messi, I was trying to like do those three steps. So first, it's a little bit of a wider step, and Messi was I think initially here, at least his right foot, so he's a bit, has a bit more momentum leaning to the side. So after like the first step, kind of like I think yeah, I turn it this way. I think Messi just kind of like this like more the edge on his toes. He doesn't really turn his left foot. And then finally, see that knee. This is what I was focusing, turning that knee inside, and then when I land, turning it over there, but my body's still angled this way. And then I skip and do that feint, and then I can go there. I could have turned onto the ball a little bit more, so I think that's what I also need to focus on. So a couple moving parts. It's a bit hard to do the first time with trying to remember all these steps. So that's just something I can fine tune. Oh my bad. Actually he does turn it out this way, but so it goes straight and then goes over to the right. So I think that was a mistake. So I kind of did that right. It's just looks a bit awkward because his feet are pretty much together, whereas mine are kind of apart, especially this first stance here. Um, See, like he's kind of like approaching it this way, whereas I kind of like just go to the side. But yeah, like see at this point here, his legs are fairly close, and then I turn my ankle this way, and then he turns his ankle that way. So that part is right, but maybe just a bit closer together. Maybe some more side momentum before kind of doing that skip. So I know some of you said it's a little hard to see, but I think it's important for me to do it the first couple times because it's kind of hard to know what I'm doing. So first, you see at this point, you see I mentioned before Messi's leans over a bit this way, whereas I'm kind of a bit more to the left of the ball, where you see Messi, he's kind of already leaned like this, um, ready to like go over to that side. And then as we, step onto the ball, see our first step. Okay, you see Messi is like almost straight. He went from side to straight. And you see me I go from straight to kind of like slanted this way with like this gap in between. So that's one thing, one huge difference there. And then as we take our second step, so you see it's not much of a step. It's like these quick steps that Messi does, whereas you see me, it's like I take a relatively wide step. Messi's foot was probably initially here, and it just takes like maybe a foot and a half step, where I do like almost 2.5, 3 feet like a semicircle direction around the ball. And then as we skip, it seems I'm a little bent over too much. Messi's a little bit more straight up ahead at this point. And as we do the skip, that's where Messi bends down a little. I think I've bent down a little too much. I think Messi is still like it seems it's hard to explain. It seems like his torso is straight, but his back is like a bit bent over. I'm not too sure that makes much sense. I'll have to figure that out myself. And then unlike me, like see Messi turns onto the ball like almost like to the side and upwards a little. Where see me like again I'm almost like going down like this. So I need to kind of like go up this way. See Messi's foot. It also like kind of rises up a little. See my foot's like going down this way. So if I can like, it probably maybe because I'm bent down so much, but if I could maybe do it this way, that would help the overall body momentum.